This week, Donald Trump announced plans for a $1 trillion defense budget, a massive increase that he claimed will provide the country with unmatched military strength for years to come. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth also praised the news on social media. Coming soon, the first $1 trillion Department of Defense budget. President Donald Trump is rebuilding our military and fast. What makes the celebration of a $1 trillion defense budget all the more shocking is that it's coming at a time when DOGE is cutting whole parts of the federal government, including the elimination of tens of thousands of government employees, many of them in oversight roles. Amidst all the celebration of a $1 trillion defense budget, we should remember that the United States already spends an extraordinary amount on the military. More than 40% of all the military spending done in the world is done by the USA. In 2024 alone, the United States not only spent 4 times as much as the next country did, in this case China, but it spent as much as the next 12 largest defense budgets combined. It is truly an astonishing amount of money. Of course, it may not seem like that big of a jump for the United States to get to a $1 trillion defense budget since it was already at $968 billion in 2024. But it is likely to blow past the $1 trillion mark due to Trump's desire to add the most cutting-edge weapons to America's arsenal. For example, in late January, Trump issued the Iron Dome for America executive order calling for greater investments for a multi-layered homeland air defense system, including a requirement for the development of space-based interceptors. But in addition to a $1 trillion domestic defense budget, Trump is also preparing an executive order that would ease rules governing exports of military equipment, thus encouraging even more American-made weapons to spread throughout the world. Last July, the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientist had an article entitled "Trump Has a Strategic Plan for the Country, Gearing Up for Nuclear War." In that article, which was written 5 months before Trump regained power, they noted what Project 2025 wanted to do regarding nukes. Fast forward to today, and it turns out that much of the new Trump administration mirrors that of Project 2025. Here's what they said regarding nukes. Trump would put nuclear weapons programs on steroids, trash what remains of the global arms control regime, and likely trigger new nuclear weapons programs in more other nations than we have seen at any time since the early 1960s. All of this brings home the point that despite any talk Trump might have of bringing peace to the world, his version of peace will inevitably be short-lived. Trump is actually creating a situation where it's not a question of if World War III happens, but when. And these coming wars are because the Antichrist wants his own kingdom to rule the world, and he wants his own name to be glorified above all others.